you can fill in your question and I will get it here and I can just read it, or you can write it down in the chat room. I'll grab it there. Either way is fine. But I figured I would go through these because I collected them all day, and then we can go through some of the questions in the chat. So I just got back from Japan, Tokyo to be exact, for the Fujifilm GFX100 release, which was amazing. If you guys watch Adorama Rewind, I talked a little bit about it there. And I figured that's just what most of the questions are going to be about, because that camera is pretty, I guess, special, right? Like it's got a different outlook and a different philosophy about it and a different capability to it. So I guess that, and I mean, they flew the world to Tokyo pretty much to see the release of this. One second, guys. So let's go through this. First question, will there be any more GFX100 content soon? See, I knew it was going to be about that. Yeah, there will be at least 2, if not 3 videos coming out real soon about the trip to Tokyo and my experience with the GFX100. I'm actually pretty psyched on this video. Yes, but will the price come down? Honestly, Mike, the GFX100 being $10,000 in a space where those cameras are usually 30 to 40 grand is amazing. Plus, it's the first ever stabilized sensor at 102 megapixels medium format for 10 grand. That's insane. So no, I don't see the price coming down on it. I'm sure there'll be like bundles with like lenses or whatever, but I don't think they're gonna drop the price on it. I bet you'll see the market for some used GFX S bodies out there. Not the rangefinder, I bet. I bet you the S body, you'll see some medium formats coming onto the used market. Philip Covani says, how do you curate your portfolio? Well, honestly, you put the work out there that you want to do. That's why we do tests and kind of, not just tests, but like proof of concept, right? So I shoot special effects a lot, but I do that because I put a lot of work out there shooting special effects. So I know when people are looking for someone to shoot it, they usually find my work and they ask me to do that, or they see my aesthetic to that and I'll shoot something like cosplay or character lighting for screen tests for, you know, a short film or something like that. Whatever it is, I'll be hired for that. So when I put a portfolio together, you basically put it together for whatever you're trying to get the job for, right? If it's a fine art gallery, you start putting out the work that you want to display. You start putting out the style and the feel and the look of the work and the medium, right? Because maybe you're wanting to shoot film for fine art, but shoot digital for commercial work. It's all, you know, it's all relative there. So what I would say is, when it comes to curating portfolio, put the work out that, one, has a point of view. Totally, I could say that you shot it, or if you're trying to do something commercial wise, be like, hey, look how super clean this is. Like, I can get done a product shot, you know, a headshot, whatever you need, I can get it done. Like, maybe that's the portfolio. Anywhere that I've gone to drop a book, I have tailored that book for that publication of whatever it is. You know, I don't send the special effects makeup stuff to modeling agencies when I want to shoot their new faces. I send them like my beauty work, and vice versa. Or you know, I wouldn't go after like some real estate job and show them a bunch of portraits I've done. I would show them some stuff I've done for that genre. So when you're putting together a portfolio, think of who it's going to, because what you're basically doing is giving them a letter of what you're about, right? It's a resume. So you're not going to be there to talk about those photos when they see your book most of the time. So make sure it says what you want it to say, and it shows the work that you want to be hired for, and you should be good to go. I always see people put together these books and they don't know how to edit their work. And what I mean by that is they don't know how to take like one shoot that they did and get one image out of it. They put like 600 frames in there, and they're all slightly different. And while that might mean something to you, it doesn't mean something to people that look at your book to hire you. They just go, I got it, show me the next thing. You know, you have about 7 seconds per image of their time. Don't waste it by giving them a different variation of it. Really learn how to edit your work down. And if you have trouble with that, go to portfolio reviews. Have some experts, have some photo producers and the people that do the hiring give you some advice. At every trade show, like Photo Plus or whatever, they have plenty of really great portfolio reviews with some pretty amazing people in this industry. So do yourself a favor, and if you're not sure about your work, or you think that it's at a point where you're ready to show it, or your book is finalized, go to a portfolio review and just see what they say about it, okay? Let's see what we got here. I don't know how to say this name, but how to use light to emphasize texture or hide imperfections, how to choose angle quality for surface. That's a lot to unpack, and that's kind of what the live demos are about. So when you want to show texture, you're going to lean your light towards a harder type of light, meaning smaller lights, not so much specular. We want to have more definitive shadows when we want to see textures, right? So we want smaller light sources, harder light sources, sometimes less diffused light sources, because even though that's just cutting out the specularity and not really making it soft, sometimes the side effect of that is making it soft. But when you want to hide imperfections, think of it this way. If I want to show some texture to someone's face, I'll light it with a harder light source. You guys always see me use small softboxes because I like to show the sculpt of someone's bone structure a lot, right? Okay, hey, what's up, Robert? But I'm gonna see some textures, right? But I can control that texture by the angle. So if I was lighting this lens right here, if I light the right here with this light, I'm gonna see all the textures coming down, meaning eye sockets, wrinkles, my nose will drag a shadow, my lips will drag a shadow. But if I start going like this, the more and more I go forward, the flatter and flatter those textures get. And what you're gonna eventually become is muscle memory for where that angle is on what person and what distance. The farther I pull my light away, the harder that light source is going to appear to get. So you're going to start seeing those textures. But if I control which angle those shadows cast, then I control my texture. Think of everything like a sundial. I always say this. So if someone has like heavy pores, or some wrinkles going on, or scars or acne, you can still get texture out of them, but then flatten it out a little bit as you move your light going forward. So think of that. And if you're still not sure about how to handle that, get yourself like something like a fruit and light that, and see if you can smooth the skin out on that fruit, or like an orange peel or something like that, and see if you can light that thing to make it look still spherical, but still have the texture of the skin, and then minimize the skin to a certain degree. And of course you can use fill light to also eliminate textures or shape them as you will, because you'll be filling in those shadows as much as you want those shadows to be filled in. So you can go 1-to-1 with your fill light and make it totally flat, or 1-to-3, which is classic, to still have those shadows but not have them dark black. That's up to you. But always remember, your key light is what's shaping your subject. Robbie Keene, hey Seth, is it true that GFX100 images have to be approved by Fuji before influencers show them? With any, how about a cantaloupe? Sure, Patty, knock yourself out with a cantaloupe. With any pre-production model piece of equipment in this industry, I'm sorry, I'm a little slow right now. Like I literally am like fogged out. I see that green, by the way. I see. With any pre-production piece of equipment, you are doing the courtesy of the vendor, the brand like Fuji, to let them look at the images to be approved, because what could be happening is the firmware isn't finalized, and that means that the processing of the image from the sensor to the memory card might not be finalized, and there could be artifacts, compression, color shifts that won't be in the final version. So it's not fair to the vendor to not give them a shot at saying, hey, we'd really like you to not show these. But if you notice, when I did the Z7 or any pre-production model, on the bottom of my photos, anything I posted says shot from a pre-production Nikon, Fuji, whatever. And that's just because there could be a wild card. It's not finalized, and the cameras can go right to the release date before they're completely finalized with the firmware, but the hardware is there. So the images that I shot, I was given clearance because of the firmware that I was given at the time. So we'll see what I pull out for you guys. I'm still going through them, to be honest with you. They're enormous. I'm running them through Capture 112 beta that was put out just for these raw files. So that too might have some hiccups in it. And the green's pretty punchy. I like it. Sorry, I'm talking to someone off camera here. What brand is that? You don't know? Okay. So that's pretty much my answer to that. Let's talk. So I did the lighting question. And again, I'm answering the questions from Instagram. You can go on my Instagram and check the story and fill out the question if you, or hit me up right here in the chat room. When will you do another photo critique? It's a bit of a tall order. Me and Daniel are trying to do them together. Hey, Andreas. Hey, Niels, what's going on? When will you do another photo critique? Me and Dan are trying to do them more virtually rather than in store like we were doing. So, sorry, I gotta close this door, kid. I don't know, or stand up and let me see what's. Okay, so the photo critiques, we did one on Adorama's IGTV, and I think it didn't do too well. The views were very low, so we're kind of questioning how we go about it. We might do it on our own channel. I can't tell you when, but I can say that they will be happening. Me and Dan have no reason not to do another critique. So stay tuned for that. I'll let you guys know. Patty Mates, I would love to see those images. Yeah, the images that I shot are pretty limited because I shot them while I was getting tattooed. So I only had one point of view and really only so much angle I could do. But the fact that I could shoot a medium format on the tip of my finger in low light with a slow shutter and still have stable, tack sharp images was amazing. Let's see what we got here. Is there another type of photo that you would like to do? Landscape, wildlife, etc. I don't know. I mean, I guess I get so comfortable with studio that I never really think to go shoot something else, but I would like to do a personal project somewhere that I'm actually personally tied to. It's very hard to do that when every time I pick up a camera, it's to test some sort of equipment or do a demo for you guys. And then, you know, you're constantly shooting every day for other reasons. And then when you get to yourself, you're kind of like, I kind of don't want to shoot. So, you know, it's tough. I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. I never really thought about another genre that I didn't get to, because I think in my career, I probably shot somehow everything to some degree, and if I wasn't into it, I just never went back to it. But you know, stuff like that. Would you do a live photo shoot with special effects makeup and don't use TTL and do all manual? I've done plenty of special effects demos where I don't use TTL at all. Actually, I very rarely use TTL. I did it on a few speedlight demos because people were asking for it, but I rarely use TTL, to be honest. I will be at Adorama Inspire live on stage Wednesday, June 19th, I think at 12:30. I'll be on stage shooting a special effects makeup live. So if you're in New York, go to adorama.com/events and sign up for the special effects demo. It's gonna be, I think it can hold about 400 people, so come hang out. Are you shooting today? I am not shooting today. In fact, I was actually gonna steal Daniel's Nikon Z6 to mess around with, and then I just lost all ambition, but maybe I'm getting ambitious again. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Any plans for filling the other arm with cool ink as well? I have the rest of my life to finish the tattoos on my body, so I don't have any plans as of yet, but I'm sure it'll get there. Okay, let me do one from Instagram. This is getting crazy. I am curious about your tattoo experience in Japan. It was pretty awesome, and there'll be a video coming out about my tattoo experience, so stay tuned to Adorama TV. It'll be about the Fuji, it'll be about my tattoo, it'll be about getting hand poke, a traditional form of Japanese tattooing, and it'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be pretty awesome. Come for a visit, I'll take you to shoot wildlife with me. It's way different than studio. You know, I've shot wildlife before, and actually, I don't know, I never really feel connected to it. I don't know, it's just, maybe that's not I just don't feel connected to wildlife photography. I do have an appreciation for people that do it. I get the whole like stalking and waiting and like the long lensing of it and the ever-changing environment and the moments that are split seconds. It's awesome. I just don't think it's for me, probably. Robbie, you can shoot animals in a studio. I do that a lot. Patty, yeah, we know you shoot a bunch. How about a challenge with Daniel, a 10-minute photo challenge including setup? We've toyed with that idea. I think we actually had this idea where we would like start something and we would keep building on it, like taking turns, like tag teaming it until it turns into something. It's just really hard to synchronize schedules, and it's really hard to get equipment at the same time in the same place and do something. So all the jam sessions you see me and Daniel do on his channel, that's like totally organic. Like I'm just stopping by and he's shooting and we just kind of go with it, you know, and I'll grab his camera and we'll shoot. He'll grab mine and we'll shoot, and so on and so forth. Let's see. How did you get on with the GFX50R in Japan? Any vids? You know what's funny? I didn't touch the 50R once while I was in Japan. I lugged it across the world and I didn't use it because as soon as I got to Tokyo, I'm not kidding you, as soon as I was off that plane, they handed me a beta model of the 100 and I was like, well, I don't need to shoot this 50R now. I got this 100, this GFX 102 megapixel stabilized body. I'm going all in on this one. So I mounted a 45 millimeter f2 and a 110 f2 to that camera, and that's pretty much what I shot with. Let me see what's going on in the chat. By wildlife, I bet he's talking bears and birds, not stuff in rats in Brooklyn. Hey, rats in Brooklyn, keep me company. Don't even start that. Don't even start. Let me see. No extra questions. I guess that was it for the questions on Instagram, guys. You guys just didn't fill it up so much. Thanks to anybody who did, though, and I hope you were in the chat while we were talking about it. If you guys have any questions, write me now in the chat. I'll try to do my best on the fly here. Well, I mean, that's pretty much what we do is on the fly. And I'm trying really hard to keep this channel live, so it's just that much more genuine. Plus, I hate editing video. It's like so boring to me. But I do have to edit all these GFX100 shots. They are all raw files, and I would like to get through them. But it was pretty awesome shooting that camera, I will say. Any questions from the chat room? You guys all good? Let me know, let me know. Have you ever had to use multiple speed lights in a softbox? Yeah, I've used 3 speed lights in an octabox before. Definitely use them in umbrellas. I use multiple speed lights all the time in umbrellas. It's kind of one of the advantages of speed lights is that you can just keep on customizing 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, however many you want. But I've definitely done it. I don't know how to ask a question on Insta. Don't worry, ask a question in the chat, it's fine. Hey Seth, what was the glass like on the new camera? The GFX100, it was phenomenal. I really enjoy the GFX lenses. I really enjoy GFX in general. I think they're doing a really cool thing with it. They looked at the market. When I was at dinner with one of the product managers, he was like, look, we looked at the market, everybody was going after full frame, and we said to ourselves, what could we offer that no one else is offering, right? And they said, well, nothing. We'd have to start a system all over again. They'd have to build lenses for our full frame, and then you're basically, even if you're shooting Fuji, you're starting all over again, right? So they had the medium format brewing, and they go, let's go all in on that. And I'm not kidding you, if they can make full frame as hand-holdable and as fast with frames per second, autofocus, file writing, everything, as a full frame, why couldn't that be the new full frame? Because it's a little bit bigger. I don't care about bigger cameras. I've never been one for cameras I don't feel like I can hold well in my hand. So they might do it. They might actually make a medium format system that is the new full frame. Who knows? But what an interesting way of running a company. Is just doing what they really believe in. And you can't but commend them for it, you know? Have you ever shot with other low-cost speed lights special for those that are starting out? How would you tell them? Oh, so I've done speed light demos on Adorama's Facebook with their Flashpoint speed lights, and you know it's fine. I just prefer the A1s. I definitely see a difference with the A1s. And there's definitely a reliability things and stuff like that. And I've had my share of fighting speed lights my whole career, so you know it's not. Oh wow, the chat is flying now. Okay, but I just remember that any speed light demo, no matter how expensive the lights you see being used are, it can be applied principle-wise to whatever speed light you own. So don't ever get discouraged by me and Daniel using Pro Photo or Broncolor or something super pricey or pro. You can use whatever you got. I'm not kidding you. I know that I defend what I use personally, but I will never come down on somebody for what they choose to use. But apparently all of YouTube likes to come down on me for what I choose to use, so there's that. Let me see. Oh boy, so glad Fuji didn't go full frame. There's enough in the market, especially now Panasonic. Yeah, it's a crowded market, that full frame, but they're all systems that already existed that could adapt their existing lenses. Panasonic is really the only ones that had to start from scratch putting in new lenses, and even then they were able to use the Leica lenses, which are super expensive, but what beautiful glass. Let me see. I'm buying a portrait lens between the Sigma 85 Art and the Nikon 105 1.4. Which way to go? The Nikon 105 1.4 is super sharp, and it is a longer lens. It will compress space more than the 85. It is a beautiful, beautiful piece of glass. The 85 Sigma, since it's an art series glass, what it's actually doing is the circle that it projects on the sensor is actually larger than the sensor, and they're claiming it's sharper edge to edge, but it also has a difference to the way the bokeh looks. So what I would recommend to you is, if you can, try to rent both of them, shoot the same thing and see what you're liking about it, because both I think have characteristics. I personally believe the Sigma has this like contrastiness to it, which is what makes them appear hyper sharp. So be aware of that. The Nikon 1.4 is a super beautiful lens. I'm actually borrowing it from Nikon right now, but I do have their 105-2.8 macro, and I love that lens. I really love that lens. If you had to pick some grip besides light stands, what would it be? I'm a huge believer in articulating arms. I love articulating arms. I use a lot of small lights, so that's the benefit, is that I can use these arms and handle the weight. You can never go wrong with having clamps, arms, real legit pins and posts like the Kupo pins. Oh, I forgot to put my links down in the description. If you guys are looking to get anything, go to adorama.com/lastxwitness, and that affiliate link, if you guys do pick up any gear, will help support this channel. I'll put in the chat right now, adorama.com/lastxwitness. You guys can just grab that link, copy and paste it, and it'll anything you buy through that link will help me out on this channel. Is there much difference between APS-C Fuji and medium format from dynamic range color? Is it just megapixels? Andreas, there's an enormous difference. So let's put it this way. If they had a 102 megapixel APS-C sensor, it would be the noisiest thing on earth probably. You can only fit so much pixels on a sensor before they don't have enough breathing room, and they cause noise in your shadows and things like that. The dynamic range that I found on this Fuji, the 100, was astounding. I mean, pulling down highlights that I thought were blown. I thought they were gone. It was really amazing. Medium format is definitely a really beautiful system. Yeah, the lenses get big. Yeah, it's a bigger system. Yeah, the files get bigger. But you do kind of gain something as far from a stills perspective, and it's just it's so clean. It's so clean. It's amazing. How do you feel about the new GFX100 removing the analog knobs and wheels? You know what? I when they first gave it to me, I was like, this doesn't feel like a Fuji. There's no analog, but I didn't miss it because I'm so used to my Nikon not having it, right? So when I felt that camera in my hands, it felt like a D5, but lighter. So I didn't miss the analog at all. In fact, I was using the analog on the f-stop aperture ring on the lens, which felt analog, and I just kept it in aperture priority, so it adjusted my shutter speed for me anyway. So I wasn't really flying around settings that much anyway. I was letting it do it for me. When's the next Thursday live stream? That's Daniel. Daniel's the Thursday live stream guy. You can go check in with him, Daniel Lauren Photographer. I have a couple of Sigma 1.4s. I love them. They're great lenses. The Sigma Art series is a fantastic series, and it's going to be adapted for the Panasonic. I mean, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to pick up some gear. That's why I'm working a temp job right now. Oh, yeah, I know how that is. Trust me. Everything I've done in my life has been somehow related to building my kit or my career. Working extra hours, selling things, doing whatever I got to do to get the stuff I needed or thought that I needed, right? In fact, I sold all my top-end comic books my Spider-Man 300s, first appearance of Carnage, with Spawn 0, Spawn 1, all of my comics. I sold them all. Secret Wars 8 I sold to buy my first fisheye wide-angle lens, so I could shoot BMX for the magazines. And it was only till like maybe 5 years ago that I was able to buy those comic books back now that my career feels like it's pretty established. Had to rewind the portfolio curation question I asked. Thank you for the in-depth answer. Really helped give me perspective moving forward. Oh, awesome. I'm glad that helped you. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. Make sure cookies are turned on, otherwise affiliate links don't log in. That's correct. If you guys don't have cookies enabled on your browser, if you use our affiliate links to help us out with anything you buy, it does not count. They use cookies to track it, so be aware of that. If someone wanted to work up to the GFX100, would switching over to a 50 SR, getting into the lenses, be worth it, or just wait until they can make a full switch over? Yeah, actually, if you're really serious, I won't tell anyone to buy anything, but if you're serious about getting into a GFX system, the 50R is one of the funnest cameras I have used in a very long time. And in fact, Daniel is using it now, and he says he's having a blast with it. And the lenses adapt over to the 100. The 50S, I feel like it needed an update. You know, I feel like this is the update, but the 50R is like this special camera. It's this rangefinder, handheld, medium format, and it's just light and sporty, and you don't really feel like you're carrying around this, you know, giant system, but it acts like that giant system. 3 frames per second. It's phenomenal. If you can get yourself a good priced 50R to hold you over while you build your lenses and then jump to a 100, I would do it personally. That's all I'll say. I won't tell you to buy anything, but I would do it. Let's see. What are you doing happening at Inspire 2019? So I'm doing a bunch of things. Tuesday the 18th, I will be doing a photo walk with Daniel. I think that's sold out. I think we're full on that. We're doing lighting outside, lighting on location. Wednesday, I will be on stage, June 19th, shooting special effects makeup live on stage. I rarely do this, so come out if you're in New York. June 19th, the Altman building, right down the block from Adorama, 12:30, I'll be on stage. And then for the rest of it, I'll be doing a demo in the photo bay area where you guys get to come shoot. I'll be doing a demo there. I'll be manning some of those photo bay areas to help you guys as we shoot. And me and Daniel will be doing a demo with the great, the mighty Joe McNally. That's right, Joe McNally will be on hand at Adorama Inspire, and me and Daniel will be hanging out and shooting live with him. So come hang out and be a mensch, all right? Come hang out. For reference, I currently shoot with an A7R III and want to move to film format aspect ratio. This is gonna be a big difference from your A7R III. The Fuji colors are phenomenal. Fuji black and white is beautiful. You're talking about a company that really understood color profiling when they made analog film, and the people who actually created the film profiles are the ones who made the digital profiles. So there's that, right? Beautiful, beautiful skin tone on the Fuji, which I don't really feel they have in Sony. So you're gonna really get a shock out of it. And like I said, always say, I'd rather go rent it before you buy it, okay? Let's see some likes, people. Oh, thank you, thanks, Mike. Why SD rather than XQD or CFast? Seems like a fail to me. People are quick to say it's a fail, and I'll say this. One, if they use XQD, they'd have to pay licensing for that technology to Sony, who owns it. That $10,000 camera quickly becomes another grand or something like that. The SD cards they're using seem to be fine for me. The buffer is a 14-shot buffer on 102 megapixel RAW files. I had no problem with it in the field. SD cards are super fast now. They can go pretty big, and it enables for 2 card slots. If you wanted 2 XQD card slots, paying for the licensing, plus the size and the body, plus the technology, that camera might be another $3 grand for you. So they didn't really fail on that aspect, in my opinion. Would it have been great? Sure, absolutely. But also, this is kind of Gen 1, right? There's never been a camera like this. So who knows what the next is to come is, but to keep the price down, I think they did a great job. They really did. Joe McNally rocks. Joe McNally does rock, and I'm very fortunate that that guy calls me in to work with him, and I'm beyond honored to call Joe McNally a friend. I can't believe I get to talk to that guy, let alone go get coffee with him, right? Seth, good to see you. Thanks for all your share. Oh, thanks, Dominique. Are you and Daniel going to do a special photo shoot with Joe and Gavin? We're trying to do everything we can while everybody's in town. I'm not opposed to it, but everybody is busy and there is a lot of things up in the air. We all have separate schedules during Inspire. It would be great. So I'm sure we'll figure something out. I'll leave it there. SD cards have more capacity, are cheaper. Sounds like a win to me. SD cards at the moment are cheaper because they've been around for so long and so many systems use it. The more systems use CFast and XQD, not CFast, I'm sorry, Compact Express, we'll start seeing that price come down because more manufacturers will come out to make them and things like that. The problem with XQD is really I need a card reader, but they are crazy secure, super robust, super fast. They're really a phenomenal card. And CGF Express is going to be bananas when everything switches over to that in the next few months. Will you have any content to post after the event video-wise? I don't know, honestly. I'm not sure what's going on content-wise for Inspire, but all hands are on deck for this one, so we'll see what's going on. I'll do what I can, as I always try to. I'll do what I can. I think Z6 sometimes this year, but wait for the 7200 millimeter and the 14 to 24. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good system. The Z6 is fun as fuck. I mean, it's zippy little fun camera. I like the EVF in it. I've been using it during our Twitch channel, which I'll be live tomorrow on Twitch. If you're not on Twitch, get on there and join twitch.tv/AdorumXP. I use the Nikon Z6 all the time on there. All right, wow, god damn. Can I talk or what, huh? I know, yeah, I know. Gotta get food, I'm starving. I'm hoping XQD lasts forever. They're expensive and Sony likes it that way. So XQD is going to be extinct, kids. They're going to change that interface to CF Express. Your camera will still use those XQD cards, I promise. But they're going to change all the cameras over to be able to use CF Express, which is bananas faster than anything that's out there, and the capacity could be enormous. So it's pretty exciting. Maybe we'll have a final memory card for a while, just like SD took it for a while, you know. We'll see what happens. Anything else, you guys? Man, I'm getting all stuffy again. I think this AC makes me sick. I don't know. Nothing in the chat. Okay, guys. Final call. I got 40 people watching this right now, which is pretty cool. And at the drop of a hat, too. I can't thank you guys enough for just jumping on whenever you see me go live. If you just found this channel, be sure to hit subscribe and then hit the bell, because all I do is go live. And if you want to catch one of these live streams, hit the bell. Also, if you can hit like and maybe share the channel around, I'd appreciate it. I do have a community tab now, so you guys can see some videos that I've done elsewhere. I'm posting them up there, you know. How's the new tattoo healing? Was it the first one you've had from traditional tapping? Yeah, this was my first hand poke tattoo done legitimately. I'll put it that way. But yeah, it's doing fine. You guys will see the video. I mean, I don't know. Can you even? It's like, it's pretty bright. I don't even know if I can get it in the frame. But it's my little kitty with the cut over his eye. Meow. Have you shoot the Z6 in low light concert scenarios? I'm looking to go mirrorless and got a bunch of Nikon glass. I have not shot the Z6 in a concert scenario. I cannot speak to that. I will say that the new firmware that they just put out definitely made it better in lower light, if that helps, but I can't attest to a concert scenario per se. Where's the good noodles? We might actually get noodles in a bit. Yeah, you know. So Z6 looks interesting given the lack of mirrorless D5 alternative from Nikon. The Z6 and Z7 is not flagship. They are not D5 type cameras. So who knows what's coming next from Nikon, but they definitely are holding their own with that Z6. The fact that it can handle they're doing 12-bit video out of that thing now, which is freaking crazy. 12 frames per second, a $2,000 price mark. They did pretty good on that one. Let's see. That is if with tethering. Do you think that wireless downloads get faster? I don't think wireless tethering will ever be. Raw files are so big, right? And we're using cameras that keep getting bigger and bigger raw files that for Wi-Fi or any wireless technology to catch up to sending that over at a tethering pace, meaning real-time download, I just don't see wireless tethering being a thing, at least not for a very long time. You can do it now, but it really only works for JPEG. And if you want to wait 10 years for your raw file to come through, I'm fine with a tether cable. Sweet tat, thanks Mike. Is Daniel leaving Canon? Daniel was never on Canon. Daniel is, as he would put it, camera agnostic. He kind of just takes whatever he can get his hands on and just makes it work. Right now, he was really curious about the Nikon Z series, so he asked to borrow one, and he really liked the Hasselblad X1D. So now he's using a Fuji 50R. I mean, the guy just likes to float around with systems, and more power to him. You know, I like to do that a little bit myself, but not to that extent. I need my safety blanket of just grab my Nikon that I know inside and out. No issue, you know, I can just do it. Tat looks great, thanks man. Love to sport a great talent and breathe a breath of fresh air to see someone who's a straight shooter, no bullshit. Thanks, Jose, I appreciate it. Me and Daniel will be posting new workshops at the end for the end of June. If you guys are in New York and want to come do some hands-on, there's small groups like 10 people right here in our own studio. So be on the looks for that. We should be posting any day now. We're just like typing them up and all that stuff. If you guys want to support the channel, hook yourselves up with some gear from adorama.com/lastxwitness. And you guys can pick up some merch with my photos from over the years on them if you want. You can go to, there's a link somewhere on my page, shop. Oh, Jesus, I'm so bad at this. There's links on all my other videos of where to get merch. I'm fading, I'm so sorry, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Did she walk out? She walked out. Great, she walked out. We're gonna go get food though. So let me know, last questions. You will see some new videos from the GFX Japan trip soon. Ever Teach 101. I did years ago. I'm not really a big fan of it. In order for it to make it worthwhile, I have to charge high for it, and I don't like charging a lot of money for things, especially, I mean, I do things for free, you know, but to cover my studio overhead and just my life, I'd have to charge for it, so. I'd love to see you and Dan shoot more film or large format stuff. I've been eBaying trying to get 70s Canons or Pentax. We actually did do some stuff with large format. The problem is there's no more peel apart instant film that we have to like hunt for it. So for us to use a large format and show a result from it is almost impossible right now, unless you guys want to check back, do like a series where we shoot it and then part 2 we show the results. But if you guys want to see some really good large format, Kent Miller, K-E-N-T Miller, he has a channel that's very small. It's called 3 Lumens, L-U-M-E-N-S. Check him out. He's awesome. He's a real character, super knowledgeable, like one of the OG veterans of the game. He used to shoot the Macy's holiday windows and like block off the whole street to do it. So do yourself a favor, 3 Lumens, L-U-M-E-N-S, right here on YouTube. Very small channel. He goes through a lot of really cool analog stuff, so check that out if you're into it. Let's see what we got here. Will we ever see mirrorless camera have a body like the D5, or in my case, the D7000? I don't think you will see a mirrorless that is shaped like a D5 for the pure fact that a mirrorless full frame, I'm sorry, because we have the GFX100 that is shaped like that and is mirrorless. I don't think you'll see a mirrorless like that, because why make the body bigger when you can when making it mirrorless makes it smaller, right? And everybody always wants smaller gear, and you can pack more, it's lighter, all this stuff. So I think what you're going to end up seeing is higher end processors, and the body might get bigger to allow for heat dissipation. So I think that's where it won't be like shaped like long wise, unless somebody needs like a monster battery. It's not to say it's out of the question, but we'll see. I'm sure you'll always see grips. Like they would rather sell you the camera and then sell you a grip to go along with it if you wanted the camera to be bigger or needed the battery, right? That way they don't have to make like 2 different cameras. They can make like one that could expand to be versatile that way. Whew, man. Have a great night, Seth. See you on that. Oh, thanks, Mike. It's 12 p.m. in Vienna. Yeah, well, it's 6 o'clock here. Oh my God, it's 6 o'clock. What happened? Okay. I know, time is flying. Have a good one. Get some sleep. Thanks. Not exactly like the D5, since a good portion of size comes from the mirror and the viewfinder. Rugged hell, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think you'll just see more rugged cameras coming out and better processors that could allow for faster shots. Like a 12 frame per second, 50 megapixel full frame is kind of crazy, right? If that could, if we could get to that. I think a 2-partner episode with film would work. I'll check Ken's channel out. Yeah, but we did shoot large format on Daniel's channel. I know that for a fact. We shot like Marissa with tears and running makeup. It was great. Okay, it is 6 o'clock. I've been live for like an hour. I told you I'd probably be live for like a half hour, right? I'm glad you guys are into this. I didn't know if the Q&As would be worthwhile, because I always think like you guys want to see us shoot live as much as possible. So I always go like, oh man, let me lug some gear and go do some stuff. But I'm glad the Q&As are working out. I'll try to get some more guests on. I know you guys had a lot of fun when Vanessa Joy was here. Maybe during Inspire, I'll try to get like everybody to do some Q&A stuff. That would be awesome. Man, I can't even breathe through my nose. I am fading so fast, kid. We got to get food, right? You want to get Thai? What do you want to get? Yep, Thai's fine. Need to go now, mow the lawn. Thanks, Seth, for all you do. I learned. Thank you so much for watching. My bodies are gripped so much more comfortable in the hand. Smaller cameras are hard to hold. I'm with you. I'm not into small cameras. All right, bye, Andreas. Everybody seems to be leaving the chat, so I'm going to get out of here. Listen, if you guys want to help support the channel, if you buy any gear, go to adorama.com/lastxwitness. If you guys want to get some rad merch and then post photos with that merch, you can check out my Shopify channel. The links are on my Instagram or in here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Enjoy this weather. Enjoy your life. If you're in New York, come hang out at Inspire with me and Daniel. And if you're in New York, also be on the looks, because we are going to be having more hands-on workshops, small groups right here. Go get some food and sleep. Thanks, man. I look beat. I love when they say that. I love when they say I look beat. Man, I just healed a hand poke tattoo on a 12-hour flight. I got to get some. Are you taking pictures now? Great. It looks like Christmas. It's Christmas. Very shiny. What are those? Wow, I've never seen that. How do they feel? Yeah? All right, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna get food. And then maybe next Saturday I'll try to do a live demo. I'll try to do something lighting-wise. I'm not slacking, I swear. I swear. You and Vanessa were great together. Thank you so much. Yeah, Vanessa's good people, and we definitely are on the same wavelength a lot of things. And I have a lot of respect for that woman, so it's pretty easy to have a good live stream with her. Is that it? We got everything else? Did I want to show you guys anything? Okay. If you guys are on Twitch, join me tomorrow. I'll be live with Josh Soleil. We'll be playing some games and hanging out and having a good time. Twitch.tv/AdoramaXP. Okay? Whew. I'm too tired to like stop this live stream. I have one shoe over here. One shoe. Is my other shoe in there? Yeah? Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys so much. We really can't do this without you guys. So, thank you so much. Have some fun. Enjoy the weather. Good thing it's not. It's about to rain, actually. Mike Kinnear, what time for what? Oh, I'll be live 11. 12. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'll be live. What time am I going live tomorrow? 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wow, I'm so sorry. I am dying. Also, I'm going to go back to doing IG live on Adorama at least once a month. I know I was doing it weekly. I was running out of stuff. Are you talking to Sheila? Yeah, Sheila. I'm talking to Sheila. Me and Sheila got to go get some food. I haven't eaten all day. I had a cookie while I saw Godzilla at 8 in the morning. No, not popcorn. No. Popcorn's like $60 at a theater here. I know, just bring your own. I had a cookie in a packaged cookie from like a Dwayne Reed, and I went into an 8 o'clock showing of Godzilla because I have no time to go see movies. So I'm like 8 a.m. on a Saturday, I'll be able to do it. Jeesh, eat and sleep, dude. Yeah, I gotta go eat and sleep. All right, before this turns into a complete mess, I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys so much. I will see some of you guys tomorrow on Twitch. If not, I'll see you on Adorama's IGTV. I'll see you on Adorama's YouTube for Rewind. I'll see you on Daniel's channel, everywhere. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I am so tired now. I am useless. I am so useless. All right, Thai food. You want to order it or go sit down and eat somewhere? You don't want to leave, so we'll order food. We should have ordered it before I went live. It'd have been here by now. All right. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you. Thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And slide this stuff.